Good evening, friends, followers, and channel members. Iconic Journeys Series 2. Here we go. This is a long one. We thought the I-95 was long. That was nothing in comparison to what this is going to be. Around 3,500 miles, something like that, as we journey our way via Highway 1 from Perth on the west coast of Australia to Sydney, of course, on the east coast of Australia. This is going to be a long series. I can't remember offhand. I should have checked this before we started. I can't remember offhand how long the last series took for us to complete, but I would imagine that we will at least need to probably double this because of how long it is. We're going to try, of course, as per usual, as we did with the last series, every Sunday evening we'll be doing these flights, but obviously I cannot guarantee that, of course, so it will have to be hopefully it will just have to be as often as we can get. But yeah, we're certainly ready to go now. Now, of course, being in Australia, we can't do live time. It's still very dark over there, which wouldn't make VFR at all plausible. If you're new to this series and you don't know how we do it, it literally is. We just fly outside the aircraft, spot view, and enjoy the wonderful scenery beneath us. And in order to navigate our way all the way from Perth to Sydney, this is what I have. This is all I'm using. I'm not using any beacons or anything like that. We are just using Google Maps. The fact we can use Microsoft's Flight Simulator with Google Maps. I should probably use Bing Maps, shouldn't I? But no, we'll use Google Maps. But yeah, this is all I'm going to be using, and we're going to be spotting things as we go. So here you can see Highway 1. It actually circumnavigates the entire Australia, where we're definitely not doing that. That would be here for until the next Flight Simulator was released. So we're just going to do all the way from Perth, following it all the way down. If I just zoom in, here we go. Look. There it is. Sticking by the coast for the most of it, but there are areas where it just goes inland a bit. This will be very interesting, won't it, when we get over to this part. Very barren, but one of the good things as well is we get beautiful effects off the coast, and yeah, as you can see, lots of greenery. We've got Melbourne that we hit first, and then on the way up we've got Brisbane. Oh no, we're not going as far as that, of course. Sydney, there we go, and we'll obviously finish at the major international airport of Sydney. Really looking forward to this. So welcome on board, everybody. Hopefully, if you are joining us, this I'm just talking away now to give you a chance to get spawned in and join. We're on the North Europe server. Anyone can join, of course. Anyone can join. We're on the North Europe server. We're currently sat at Perth Airport. Remember, of course, we don't do anything by the book here. Everything is done completely ad hoc, no real world flying or anything like that. Jason, what speed will we be doing? We are GA speed, so only around sort of 140, 130 knots, something daft like that. Nothing fast at all. So welcome, guys. So Jason, Flamamir, Crumpet, Mark, Dark Fury, LA Kids, Dr. Magic, Daddy Rubel, Arthur, J-Hog as well. And as a big thank you, of course, the chat is a members only chat. However, big welcome to those of you who are also watching. Right, well, we better get going, hadn't we? Without further ado, let me just get rid of that, and I think we'll jump into our aircraft. And as I said, we're not doing anything by the book, so to start the aircraft, all I'm going to do is well, hit Control E, and hopefully everything should initialize and go. I'm in a different aircraft as well this time. Has the DV40 been updated since we did Series 1? Oh, we're in the DV40. I meant the last one was in the DV20, wasn't it? So different aircraft. Let's have a look where we're going. Right, the plan will be to depart and follow the river. Okay, we're going to follow the Swan River out, so depart Perth any way you see fit. I'll probably depart north, any way you see fit, and then we will follow the river, and once we get here, then we'll fly down the coast and be able to pick up Highway 1 just there. So let's get going and release the parking brakes. And where is the runway actually? Over there somewhere. It's over there. Like I said, we don't do anything by the book here. Let's let's move. I'm going to have to get back. I think I'm going to have to jump back into the Diamond DV20 at some point. Oh, the turning circle on this aircraft is awful. But, oh, never mind. We have got live traffic turned on as well, so we may see 1 or 2 live traffic people too. Dark Fury, is the camera stutter back? Hang on then, let's see what I can do to get rid of that. I can change it, 1 second, let's have a look. Oh yeah, that's awful, hang on. Right, bear with me. Right, how's that? That should be better. Yeah. Good shout, Dark, thank you. Oh seriously, the turning circle in this aircraft. This is awful. I need my DV20. Don't know why I went for this this aircraft instead. Right, well, we'll cut the grass. Who cares? That's what I love about this series. We don't have to do anything realistically. Just find a... you know, I could probably just take off all the taxiway. It really doesn't matter. Dad, it's a decent taxi speed there, by the way. It is. Should we just do a traffic check? Make sure there's nothing coming in? Maybe. What was that? Hang on. Hang on. Just, okay. We're off to a great start. I'm stuck in the rough. Right, come on, if I can actually get aligned. Oh, seriously, this is awful. Something's not working with the rudder. Okay. Power. Let's go. I do love the Diamond aircraft. They have wonderful views all the way around. There we go. And we're airborne. Which way we're headed? Eastbound. Right, best bring my maps up, see if I can spot anything outside, which make sure I know where we're going. No idea which runway we've just taken off from. Let's have a look. Runway 24. Oh, right, okay, so... it's early in the morning, which means, of course, it is quite misty. Hey, Christian. I always attempt to try and do this with live weather. We will see if I can actually do that. It is misty. Now the good thing as well about Australia is, of course, it has been given recently a world update, hasn't it? So, fingers crossed, we should be alright. I'm going to end up coming off live weather, aren't I? Look at the mist. So, if we keep going straight forward, we should pick up that Swan River over here somewhere. This is also the first time that we'll have done one of the Iconic Journeys flights with my new rig as well, so that should be interesting. Right, can anybody see a river? River. Look at the rain effects. Is this rain or is this mist? Who knows? Right, so looks like I'm not finding the river over here. Let's make a left and then we should be able to pick it up. I was hoping that the river doesn't intersect the track we were flying, so just turn back around and we'll spot that. think I might need to update my seasons pack as well. I'm sure it's starting to get a little bit greener than this in Australia at the minute. We'll just try and trim our aircraft out a bit. Oh, that's interesting. Why have we no screens? Not that it matters. It doesn't matter in the slightest. Ah, right, here we go. Let's follow the river. Oh, I'd like to kind of know which direction I'm travelling in though. That would have been kind of useful. Right, well we really are VFR now. I can't use any instruments to guide me. So the first episode of this series, we're just going to try and find our way outside of Perth. We normally fly at around 1,800 feet kind of thing, but don't know. I think the weather's a bit rubbish. Mark, I've no idea which way we're going. Although you are quite right. Looking at the direction of the sun, aren't we going the wrong way? I have no idea where we are. I actually have no idea where we are. Alright, let's... oh, hang on. Oh, we're back at the airport. Okay, well, I'll tell you what then. Does the overlay on the top tell you which direction I'm actually travelling in? I bet it does, doesn't it? In which case, that wouldn't have that would help you guys. Doesn't help me. I can't see it. Right, here's Perth Airport. Should we do this properly? What a great start to the new series. Alright, so where's that? That's runway 21. Oh right, okay, I know where we are now. Saw was it a little Jetstar down there? Is it just me or those jetways not appear to be connected to the actual terminal? That's going to cause some issues come boarding time. Oh well, a little bit of a detour, and I don't know. Weather looks like it might be starting to break up. Right, so now we are just passing runway 03, which is fine. Oh, okay, lovely. Right, know where we are. Big highway at the end here. We'll take a right. In fact, no, we won't. We're going to continue straight out. We will then cross the river, then we'll make a right, and then we'll join up with the main river and then downtown Perth. Mark says it's good freeway for Perth, really. Are we going to have to get rid of live weather, do we think? Because it's a bit murky and misty, isn't it? I suppose that's going to be the issue doing this at this time every week. It's early morning, it's by the sea. That tends to be what happens, and I just feel like we're missing on so much. Crumpet, have you got bumpy clouds? I'm not on live time, Christian. It's dark in Australia still. What will be interesting though, if we get further and further over towards the east coast by the height of our winter here in Europe, then it just might be dawn in real time. We might be able to finish the series off in real time. Has anybody seen a river yet? Okay, as much as I hate to do this. There we go. Oh, God, that looks different. Right, well, that looks wonderful. River! The river's over there! We must have missed it. Okay. That's easily fixed. Dr. Magic, I honestly can't remember what time I have set. Do you know what? I don't even care that I've missed the river now that I've cleared the clouds. Just look how beautiful it all is. I have missed this. Mark blamed the mist. I am doing. I am blaming the mist. There's a shadow of another aircraft there. I mean, that's just phenomenal. Look at that. Don't know who it was. Someone in a jetliner. VFRing its way in a jetliner. I like it. Good luck. Christian, I will imagine you will be able to catch up because thanks to my absolutely awful navigation, we're probably still going to be in Perth. No issues whatsoever. Should I load a little bit of light cloud in just to make it a tad more realistic? Let's just go few cloud. There we go. That's I find that's a bit neater, isn't it? Right. Well, yeah. I've gone full circle, and we're now just headed towards main downtown Perth. I think I actually see where we are now. So the Metagara Bridge is dead ahead. We've got the Optus Stadium just here. Yeah. And we'll skirt the river, and that's it. Know where we are now. Should I have a quick look at the stadium whilst we're here? Might as well. Of course, what is going to be interesting is where we decide to finish these streams, because unlike the last series in America, where they have more airports than villages, Australia, of course, isn't like that. How does that bridge look in real life? I'm guessing not like that. Right, we're going to turn around in a minute, but that's pretty neat. Then we've got cricket. What's this? Speedway? Greyhound? Rail station. I take it this city was a photogrammetry city as well, because it looks very, very detailed. What's that building over there? Looks interesting. The problem is when you're looking, of course, on Google Maps, everything's just top-down view, so you don't get to see anything. But that's pretty neat, isn't it? What the heck are these guys? What is that? Looks like a building made out of Lego. Okay, we now need to hug the river again. And this is the Kings Park and Botanic Garden. Flamamine Easy, don't do VFR training now. You're meant to have already been able to do that once you passed your PPL. Right, apparently there's a golf club down here somewhere. HD would approve. Right, this is the Matilda Bay Reserve that we can see just here. God, this is heavy. Look, this place is huge, isn't it? Christian Stammer, am I happy with the RTX 36? Oh, you bet. Very, very happy. Very happy indeed. I mean, asking if I'm happy, are you guys happy? I've also increased the render scaling a little bit, just for these VFR flights. So we can see things perhaps in a touch more detail than we do when flying the real ops streams. So we can see that the river now bends all the way out, and we've then got the is this one of the main ports? Chris, you know, we're heading south. Well, I think we are. All my controls got turned off, so I have no idea what's happened here. That's a bit weird. I'm just heading for this big ship. So we took off from Perth and then attempting to catch up with the Highway 1. We'll pick that up as we head down this coast. That's not my aircraft casting that shadow, right? Jayhawk, we did more degrees than that. I think I think we did about 520. Right, so this is the we've got the Maritime Museum, Bathers Beach. I think just coming up over. How far do we reckon in the future flight simulation scenery is going to go? Do you reckon at some point there are going to be ships coming into port, and if you sat there long enough seeing them getting loaded up with cargo containers, that kind of thing? I mean, I'm talking sort of 20, 30 years into the future. Oh, maybe not that long, actually. Maybe not that long. Look at the... When was the last flight simulator released prior to this one? Was it 15 years? And the difference then was... Well, that's phenomenal, wasn't it? Right, let's keep a check on where we're going now. So... Yeah, we're basically just following the coast all the way down a little bit, and Highway 1 joins around here, I think. So a lot of this series is going to be spent quite near the coast. It's like a train line we could follow. So of course, picking out the landmarks now as we're flying. We've got the dome CAF just here. You'd expect that to be dome shaped, wouldn't you? Bet it's not. Several parks as well, apparently, beneath us. And this is apparently Coogee Beach, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Ends with a point over here called Woodman's Spit. I'm sure there's a story behind that. So we are getting closer to picking up Highway 1. Right, let's have a quick look over here. We have got Lake Coogee, I think that is, and Highway 1 is just behind it. Oh, look at those reflections, they're amazing. Right, Highway 1 should be coming right down here. There it is. There is Highway 1. That is going to be our home for the next year, maybe more. Here it is. the road that you could travel the entire distance of Australia on. I think it's something like 15,000 kilometres if you do the full journey. I mean, that would be ridiculous, wouldn't it? Now, there are two roads here. Highway 1 is the leftmost road, just there. And this is it. This is what we're used to doing. This is how we're used to following things. Fantastic. Now, this is called Mount Brown Lake. There doesn't seem to be much mount around it. I wonder how sparsely populated some of these roads are going to be. Do you remember the several episodes doing the I-95 where it was just green barren and there was nothing else there? It was like green desert. We shall see. Right, coming up to a naval base just now. Everything is most certainly a lot browner than it was in America. And this is probably one of the parts which is more richer in vegetation. We've got some very, very brown parts coming up. Right, Perth Motorplex is just ahead. Can we see it? Yeah, there it is, look. Perth Motorplex just there. Christian, you're now in the Messerschmitt catching up. Don't think you'll have any issues. What speed are we doing anyway, guys? Can you just let me know what the banner says at the top? Right, so there's Perth Motorplex. Crumpet 131. Oh, that's okay. That's low and slow enough, isn't it? Looks like quite a big railway yard just there. Now, lots of different roads and railways quite close to each other here. I need to make sure we take the right one. Actually, if you lower the camera angle, it becomes a lot easier to see. What on earth is these? I can't find those on Google Maps. That's the wrong shape for a helipad. I don't know. So, maybe in the UK we have roundabouts. In Australia, do they have triangle bouts? I have no idea what that was. Okay, so we're coming up now on a place, I think it might be called Rockingham? Yeah, Rockingham coming up. Christian, you're still not seeing any nameplates. Are you on the North Europe server at least? Market looks like the marking for Squid Games. I want the next series of that to come out. I really did enjoy that. Right, Palm Beach is over here. The Esplanade Road around the front. And it turns now, oh wow, okay, so it turns now into just, technically it's a single track. If we've gone the right way. We haven't gone the right way. We haven't gone the right way. Oh, we've come off Route 1 already. Oh, good lord. It doesn't matter. We're just following the coast. We'll catch back up in a minute. I'm just taking the scenic route. I missed the turn for Route 1. We're now circling Lake Richmond just here, so we'll make our way around it. The problem is you don't get an actual feel for the size of these lakes. That doesn't look that big to me, but who knows, it could be. Even the scenery here looks really good, really, really good. Christian, this is Rockingham. Yes, that is right. This is Rockingham. Oh, I found McDonald's. The first McDonald's of the iconic series. Right, couple of quite obvious landmarks. So the green patch just there, and then we've got the Rockingham Centre straight ahead just here. Brian Crawley, good evening, sir. How are you? Right, the Rockingham Centre, and then we're going to pick up Route 1 again. Yeah, look at this. How detailed does this look? Right, so there's the Rockingham Centre, shopping centre. And then it should have a rather large roundabout of sorts. And here comes Highway 1 again. See, so we did digress from Highway 1, but not very far. It's not a roundabout, by the way, it's just the way the roads intersect. There it is, we're back on Highway 1. So yeah, going back to what I said about how many airports the area and the country has compared to America, of course. America had them every 30 feet. Australia not quite so much, so God knows where we're going to end up landing some of these streams. So now the highway literally is the border between the forestry and the oh god, I can't pronounce that, the Resacant Reserve, Nature Reserve. And this is part, I think, of the Rockingham Salt Lakes, just down there. See, now that looks like a big lake. That looks like a much, much bigger lake, doesn't it? So, very residential just here, as well, as you can see. And we've got the Corona Primary School. That's one thing we're not going to see. We could make a list, couldn't we, of things we're not going to see on this series compared to the last series. We're not going to see the football fields marked out like we did at every high school. We're probably not going to see as many churches as we did in the last series. Brian says the cars are driving on the correct side of the road. So, do you know what? I hadn't noticed that. Is that so? They are. Well, some are. Some aren't even driving on the road. But I get what you mean. Good spot, Brian. Now, there was a big circular area just here, which is apparently the Lark Hill Thoroughbred Training Complex. Thoroughbred? What, as in, what animals? Because if they're dogs, that is one hell of a... It's got to be horses, hasn't it? I say, it'd be a bit unfair to send horses around that track. The Lark Hill Sporting Complex, as we can see just here. And there's a place over there called Shipwreck Cove. Make of that what you will. Crumpet, you'd love to ride an emu. Well, they made a lot, didn't they, Azobo, about wildlife in the simulator and everything like that. I bet there's no dingoes. Wow, literally that house there, living at the edge of edge of humanity. After that, it's trees, 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 more trees. Brian, kangaroos. Anyway, has anyone ridden a kangaroo? Really? Is that a serious thing? Can you actually do that? Now the scenery does somewhat appear to have faded slightly. I think there's meant to be a shopping centre just here. Looks a bit bumpy. Do cars go around the roundabouts the right way as well? Mark, are you ever not thinking about food? Do they have Burger King in Australia? Not that I'm bothered. I never go to Burger King. Crumpet says they do. Fair enough. If you say so. Right, where's this area then? So there's a road over here as well. This is like Highway 19 or something like that one. Route 19. They're called Hungry Jacks. I've heard of Hungry Jacks. Is that Burger King? I did not know that. One of the other things that I've missed off this stream is being educated by you guys. No, honestly, did not know that. Right, well, a bit of a retail complex coming up. We've got Office Works, Total Tools, what else we got? Amat Furniture. Oh, we're not going to get Walmarts, are we? Or do we? Will we get some Walmarts? We obviously don't have Walmarts here in the UK. They're Asda. Oh, Crumpy, you lived in Melbourne for a little while. Ah, oh, the truth's coming out now. Right, a roundabout that is quite an adverse camber, has to be said. I bet it's not like that in real life. Brian, you're still pondering over JSX Pro. I think if more people had pondered, there would be less unhappy people. Right, this is quite big. Oh, KFC's down there. Can't see it because it's inside this building, but there is a KFC. That's good to know KFC exists in Australia as well. Crumpet, alligator on pizza is good. It's like chewy pizza. I was about to worry that I was taking a wrong turn here, but I bet I'm not, look. I bet I'm not. I told you that this road takes us by the coast quite a lot, and here it is. So this is the road next, just down there. It's called Water Lily Drive. That's nice, isn't it? I love how to ensure his flies low and slow. He's got flaps out and gears down for the duration. I mean, that fuel burn is just awful. Chewy chicken, Grumpy. We knew what you meant. Chewy chicken. I like chewy chicken. We'll go down there. Peelwood Reserve, Hallheads Recreation Centre. Well, that's a nice pitch. I like the blue outline on that. So, Avocat Island, or Avocet Island, then next it's a place called Falcon. Imagine living on this little part of the world, just surrounded by water. I mean, you fly out that way, you hit nothing for absolutely miles and miles and miles. In fact, what would you hit? I'm trying to quickly think. You wouldn't hit anything until you got to the Indian Ocean, and then what is it, Africa? Maybe Mauritius? There's nothing between the two, is there? My God, the world's so big. That's another thing that this series really helped try and put into some perspective last time we did it. Just how big the Earth actually is. Remember, here in the UK, you think a drive to London, oh God, that's a long way. From the middle of the country. Or a drive even up to the top end of Scotland, you know, 6-7 hour drive up to Scotland. More if you're going further up to like places of Inverness and stuff like that. And again you think, oh, it's miles, but you know what? It's nothing. Golfers Fisherman's Club, temporarily closed. I wonder if that's old. See, I don't know what the COVID status is in Australia. They were very, very strict, weren't they? Stricter than probably the rest of the world. So I'm not sure what's open, what's closed now. Tell you what I haven't seen though, as we've been flying. A single bloody airport. So I think we're just going to end up finding a field and dumping it until next week. Ooh, beach landing crumpet, that sounds like fun. LA Kids 143, hi mate, good to see you. Yes, that's not a bad shout. We might have to, when we're going through less populated areas of the country, we might have to switch aircraft. Christian, your multiplayer is not working for some reason. Lurtiplayer, is that the German version? Brian, you expect to see more barbecues in the gardens. Right, this is the Mandaran Wildlife Rehabilitation Centre. Opens at 9 AM tomorrow morning, should you be interested. And that is just down here, apparently. Follow me, yeah, if we get floats on our planes, then I think we're going to be pretty fine, aren't we? And now this is where it starts to thin out in terms of population density. So this is the side of us here. It's just a... It can't be called this, surely. Alright, this is what the Australians call a pool. This is just a pool. It's not a lake. It's not an ocean. It's a pool. Just a pool. That's crazy. Yes, I've got Rex AccuSeasons installed. That is right. So Brian's, I'm guessing you're wondering a similar thing. Yeah, no shaders or anything, just AccuSeasons. And I do like AccuSeasons. It made a big difference as well to the last series. Christian, maybe we should do these flights in the Icon A5. You can literally just land anywhere you want. The problem is, what's the top speed of the A5, Christian? About 30 mile an hour. It'll take us forever. Mark says live weather has cleared up. Right, well let's flick it on to see what that looks like. Oh, it has indeed. Oh, I like that. Fair enough, we're back to live weather. Lovely. Arthur says Yankee Bravo Uniform November is about 40 miles ahead. Right, well, down there is apparently Boulevard Winery, temporarily closed. And it's just down here, apparently. Again, I'm wondering if that's a COVID thing. It's closed, not reopened. There were so many candidates for this series as well when I was thinking about where we could do next. Loads of people gave different suggestions, all very good ones. Well, except Dark Fury. He suggested the A1. No, thank you. I drive the bugger enough in real life. I don't want to do it in the virtual world. Why do I feel like my aircraft's just lost power? Well, this isn't good. Okay, let me just quickly check something. No. Fuel. Huh. I appear to be dying. Guys, I think I'm going to have to quickly make an emergency landing. I might have to make an emergency landing here, and yeah, this isn't good. God knows what's happened here, but I've run out of something. Airspeed. Brake! Oh, we're all going to get eaten by dingoes. Oh, good to know that these trees aren't real, though. Hey, mate, have you got a phone? Well, didn't expect this. This is how horror movies start, isn't it? What the hell's happened to my aircraft? I couldn't have planned that better. I didn't want to stop just yet, though. So what's happened to my aircraft? I wonder if he's got any fuel. Let me just see. This is going to be one of those moments, isn't it, in years come by, in months and months gone by, that we still refer to, like the CRJ moment. Honestly. Where's it? Right, okay, let me just refuel and see what the hell's happened to my aircraft. Right, I'm control E-ing this and absolute naff-all is happening. Start. Yeah, that's not working. I've got no battery. Well, I've got electrics. Look, I can turn the floodlights on. This is the Blair Witch Project. Yeah, Christian, I was just thinking something very, very similar. So why? What? Fuel pump on. Oh, okay. Hang on. It's nope. Why is it my aircraft is dead? I don't know what to do. The problem is I don't even know where the heck I am. Anyone know where we are? The aircraft's dead. It's completely dead. I don't know what to do now. Well, the alternator's off. I have no idea, Christian. I don't know how to fly this aircraft properly. Avionics Master. We'll switch that on. Essential Bus. That should probably be on, should it not? Oh, I wonder if it was off and the battery's now dead. So we've just, well, Control E is not even going to do that. Yep, we're, how's that got turned off then? I don't recall mucking about with that. Huh. Okay, right, well, hang on then. Did anybody else land in the field behind me? Or are you all just circling me like vultures? Right, there's a road there. Might need that. Oh! Who rocked up next to me? Fair play. Let me just see. What we're going to have to do then is... Let me drone speed my way out of here. Just... Dark, we don't need the ATSB. I mean, we're fine. We didn't crash. Look, we literally parked in that guy's house. So I'm just trying to get a bit of a look as to where we are on Google Maps, and then I'm going to respawn back in this field. I'm going back to our trusty diamond. Right, I know where we are now. So just bear with me. I'm going to jump back to the main menu, and then we're near the Lake Clifton Heron Hall. This has been an awesome first stream. Right, so let me just throw some light on the situation. We are... we're past Rockingham. We then came down here. Let me just see. Might be a bit further north than this. We were coming down here, I think. Oh, there's Heron, so that would make sense. And I think... Were we there? No, maybe a bit further down. Oh, there's Yankee Sierra Oscar Oscar. A little bit further forward. Hang on. So, I think I spy that. That is there. Ah, we're here. Ah, look. There's that guy's house. That's where I was. So, I'm going back to my DV20. That never capped out on me all the way down the I-95. Nothing ever went wrong with the DV20. Where's it gone? Ah, there we are. Have I still got my livery for this? Oh, I do. Oh, there it is. My trusty plane. Christian, I'll spawn in the CRJ now. Will not. Right, the problem is as well, I'm probably going to start in the air, aren't I? I don't want to start in the air. So let's get her on the ground. We'll keep it real. Keep it real. This is brilliant. Right, so let's take her down. See if we can. There we go. There's my. There we go. That's where we. That'll do. Beautiful. Right, and I think if I just quickly have a look. Yeah, there's that guy's house. So we are still in the same place. It looks like he owns like a small paddock of some kind. Oh, right, so we're back to normal. Everything's working, everything's running, and I've got my trusty DV20 back. Okay, should we carry on, guys? Right. I even know where I'm going this time. And this thing, well, this thing can take off on a postage stamp. I love the fact that you guys stayed here and waited for us. Epic. LA Kids does make a good point. The detail on that house there in the wild is rather amazing. Right, all I've got to do now is find Highway 1 again. Now this aircraft is a lot slower. But is that Highway 1? It looks official enough, doesn't it? Yes. Back in the DV20. I'm going to have to trim her out a bit though. Right, sorry about that, chaps, but we're back on it. The whole point of this series is to have fun, and it's never boring. The Real Ops live streams, we want to be boring. That means we're doing things right. Right, so I believe this is Lake Clifton, if I'm reading things right. Chris says, he imagines that road construction in this part of the world just feels like a 24/7 sauna. Well, at least you've got a lake to go and dip in. I mean, seriously though, imagine living there. That could be the little wren farm, actually. Just looking at it. There's very, very few. There's very few bits of points of interest in terms of landmarks and things like that. Interestingly enough, there's quite what looks like a rather major road over here. In fact, it looks higher than it looks bigger and more important than Highway 1. But this is Highway 1 that we're following. Looks like a single lane carriageway, doesn't it, at the moment? Well, actually, looking at it, this might be the Inca Respite, so that's basically a hotel, I think, down there. And Arboreal Tree Care as well. There's a company down there. All these clouds to disappear. Christian, the little low-hanging clouds make it look like we're in a forest fire. I hope not. They're just a few knocking about, though, aren't they? Right, this is where Highway 1 meets Highway 2. The Forest Highway. Well, what better name? There, you can just see that coming through just here. So obviously, that is a very good landmark of where we are. How high are we? Well, we'll just drop a tad lower. See if we can dip out of those clouds. So, yeah, I mean, this is the altitude we're normally about 1,800 feet, something like that. Stop the aircraft climbing, just gain a touch more airspeed. But as we were saying, this kind of area, this kind of country, unless you've got transportation, you can't really go anywhere, because you can't just hop on a plane to these outward and back barren places. It's so different to America, where there's just an airport almost literally, as you look at it, every few feet. Now, have we passed the Preston Beach Road? Oh, maybe not. Maybe not just yet. That might be coming up a little bit. So all of this land Just look at all of this land. I mean, is this farmland? Does someone have to look after all of this, or is it just wild? It's flipping huge. Absolutely huge. Yes, you are right, Dark. Sorry, Christian. Cloud does appear to be rolling in down there. We'll keep it on live weather for as much as we can. Still, the fact that you can now fly over and transgress these parts of the world in Flight Simulator, and it still looks as good as it does here, it's just still phenomenal. Can you imagine doing this in FSX? Or even X-Plane? P3D? Oh, this is interesting. What's this? That's a phrase I'm going to be using about every 300 miles, I think, in this series. We found something interesting. What is that? What do you reckon? Winery? That's strange, isn't it? Good job in cutting the grass, though. Those are some very straight stripes. Well done. Crop circle. Crop circle? Oh yeah, I see it now. I know where we are. So yeah, so there's another winery coming up here. Wineries are going to be the new churches, I think, here, aren't they? Yeah? Which is a lot more in keeping with the fact... In fact, where's Nick? Nick's not here. Nick, who used to have a shot of something every time he saw a church. Well, having a drink of something alcoholic every time we see a winery is perhaps a bit more on the nose. Yeah, we've got Crampton Nature Reserve as well, just here. I mean, Nature Reserve, what's it protecting? Trees? Hey, Dr. Magic. Yeah, we've got some airports coming up. Look like good places to end our first episode. Got some green fields here. I mean, it blows my mind a little bit when you think, how on earth, thinking about how many billions of people there are on the earth, how do we have enough bread and grain and stuff like that to feed the entire planet? How can we possibly grow that much wheat, corn, etc.? There's not surely enough room to grow that much to feed everyone. But actually, when you look at this kind of scenery and this kind of place, yeah, there actually is. That is Castro Farm down there. I mean, how far does this extend? I mean, is all of this his? I mean, that's one great big bloody lawnmower you need, isn't it? Guess now we know where all the Australian wine comes from. It's looking a little greener up ahead. Christian says there's a huge aluminium refinery. Is that meant to be aluminium, Christian? Somewhere to the east. And there's another farm. Is that... Hang on. There's an airport. Lake Preston Airport. We'll keep going. But yeah, that is an airstrip. Oh, actually, no, it's not. That's the airstrip, just there. Yeah, Lake Preston Airstrip. Proper bush flying. Now, for the first time on the stream in this series, there's a petrol station coming up. And you know what? I've not even thought about that. The amount of distance you've got to travel. We saw loads and loads of little rest areas and things like that, didn't we? On I-95. But yeah, here actually is a petrol station. Fleming, do I fancy doing the Silk Road? We're probably all playing on Quantum Computer. Which one's the Silk Road? That's not the longest route that you can walk, is it? I mean, the thought of doing that in the sim is just... wow. I mean, I couldn't find my way out of Perth. I've got no chance of finding my way from the tip of South Africa to eastern Russia. Seawater desalination plant is over there. Something that the UK wishes they had right about now. So there's a town over there called Biddingup. Biddingup Beach. Sounds idyllic. Looks idyllic on the map. But once again, how on earth are you going to get anywhere without doing a hell of a lot of driving? There's no airport. At least I don't believe there is. So we are going to be coming up to Banbury Airport in a little bit. As we get to Banbury, seems like a great place to finish this week. The satellite imagery textures have just got a lot better again, haven't they? Look at the detail over here. Like farm vehicles, haystacks. It's incredible. Oh, that looks fantastic. J-Hog, you're off to Netherthorpe on Friday for a 2-hour flight in a Piper. How come? You finally decided to do your PPL or something daft? Oh, if I could have swaggled it, I'd have come with you. You'll have to come and buzz the house. Oh, God bless my auntie. Is Steve going up as well? You'll definitely have to come and buzz the house. Do it in flight sim first, and track it up the M1. Then you'll find us. Christian says, can you stream it? That'd be fun. Right, the Stanley Road Waste Management Facility is over here. Someone has to do it. Ryan, you can hear the Netherthorpe traffic on your scanner. Yeah, it's not too far away from us. Aircraft closes Durham Valley Parkway. So, well, it didn't matter in Flight Simulator. Right, I believe there's another McDonald's coming up. What on earth is the Spud Shed? Is that a major brand in Australia? The Spud Shed. I believe that's what that is, just down there. Is that where Australians get all their potatoes from? I love that name. Okay, so this down here is Mill Bridge with what looks like a nice forestry area in the centre. Honestly, again, look at the quality of the textures and the detail there. Ah, the first Spud you like. No, I do. I think I loved that. Spud Shed. That's brilliant. Now, can we see the Banbury Golf Course, which should be... Oh, it's just over here. Just the other side of the river, over there. Big golf course. It looks quite huge on the map. Oh, imagine living here. This is quite neat. And they've got such a massive place for them to... for all their dogs to defecate in. It's just lovely. Oh, I think we're coming up on another golf resort. Oh, this isn't just a golf course, this is a resort. That means it's more expensive, right? So this should lead, as long as I'm not taking another wrong turn, should lead to a roundabout in a little bit. That looks nice and big. What's that? That is Banbury District Softball Association. Oh, Mark, have you had a sim crash? Oh dear. Third time today. I wish I had enough time to play Microsoft Flight Simulator for it to crash that much. You know you've got good satellite imagery when road texturing is good. Look at the chevrons. If you can see chevrons, you know you're doing well. This is also now called the Australian Bypass. Couldn't be called the Australia Bypass, could it? That wouldn't make much sense. Right, here it is. Here is the roundabout that I spoke of. Again, texturing. Fantastic. Mark, I'll speak to you later, mate. Hope you managed to get it sorted. Right. So where are these airports? Okay, so I see our airport should just be over to the left. Can anyone see an airport anywhere? I'm going to have to go back to that roundabout again to try and find my way, I think. Oh, hang on. No, there it is. Straight in front of us. Ah, there we go. There it is. It's Banbury Airport. Right, guys. Welcome to our first destination. Banbury Airport. Okay, if you guys want to go ahead and get yourself down, I will circle around and follow suit. Oh look, there's a helipad there as well. I'm not sure if I've seen one of those before without adding a mod to an airport. So if that's default, that's pretty neat. We've also got a speedway track there that you could just see. I am very impressed with the level of detail in some of the areas that we've seen in the stream today. I didn't expect it to be quite as good as it is. But actually, it's really, really good. Right, make one more pass and then we're coming for a landing. Coming for a landing this way, looking at the wind direction. Yeah, Brian, it has been. You're quite right. The detail has been incredible. Christy says those car racetracks or whatever it is, the speedway, looks better than some payware airport scenery. It's, yeah. Honestly, some of the detail in them is out of this world, and it's a nothing point of scenery, isn't it? I mean, God knows what this is. Is that a pub with just sombrero umbrella things, gazebos in there? But yeah, that raceway track, it's bob on, isn't it? Should we land there instead? I mean, look at that. That's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. All it needed now was cars going around it. That would really have added to the immersion. Brian, I can highly recommend Rex Acquisitions, which I think someone said is on sale at the minute. Crumpy, yeah, 30% off. Crumpy says Microsoft Flight Simulator are coming out with seasons this year. Are they? The thing I really like about Rex Acquisitions is the detail it's got. It has a change in the textures and the seasons that for every single week of the year. These trees actually look pretty neat as well, don't they? Not only do they change the colours and things, but the trees as well, the tree shapes and things are different. Oh, this is blooming bumpy. And those trees seem to be very high. I am never getting down in that touchdown zone. Thrust idle, flare. Might be a long landing, but at least we're down. Right, none of this backtracking rubbish. Let's just cut the grass. Christian, you like the small tree size? Yeah, so Rex AccuSeasons gives 3 different tree sizes, doesn't it? You can either have the standard default, tall, or medium. I have no idea what mine is set to, but these look bloody big. Tell you what, though, for a little back-end airport in the middle of Australia, this doesn't half look bad, does it? Should we get back on the tarmac? I mean, I think these trees even look pretty decent. Yeah, what a great little airport. I thought for a minute there a building was floating. Christian, looking at this, you should do some flights, some bush flights in Australia. Like I said, I honestly did not expect the level of detail. I mean, I know it's had a sim update, but Australia's a bloody big place, isn't it? Sorry, world update. Christian, the wind's now dead. Yeah. But yeah, I'm just sorry, mate. I'm just holding up traffic. But yeah, the quality of that we've seen today. Obviously, I expected Perth. I expected Perth to have a bit of detail to it because big city, major city in Australia. But a lot of the other places as well, I didn't expect to have quite as much detail as they did, but so be it. They did indeed. Is that a light? I wonder if that comes on at night. Do you know what? I want to check that. Because nighttime in the sim is useless in default airport, so hang on a sec. I want to see if the lights come on. Oh, would you look at that? It comes on. Doesn't cast any light, but it comes on. Fair enough. Maybe that's something else they need to fix. Right, that will do. Job's a good one. Well, guys, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the first episode in the latest new series of our Iconic Journey stream. I don't think we can say it wasn't eventful. And that moment of landing in that guy's back garden and asking him for a bit of fuel and help with the aircraft will never, never be forgotten. Thanks so much, guys. I look forward to seeing you all next week for our next episode. Yeah, great stuff. Hope everyone's had a great chilled out Sunday night. Good way to start the working week tomorrow, and it's good because the kids are back in school tomorrow. Life will return to some sort of normality and my sanity will slowly regain itself. Thanks so much, everyone. Great having all the members on board this evening, and to everybody else watching as well, thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon. Good night, guys.